Hi, it's Caroline. Welcome to the channel and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to show you how to make 30 bottles of Shiraz in 30 days using the VineCo wine kit. I haven't used the kit before. It costs $49.99, which works out about £1.66 a bottle. So I thought what we'll do is we'll unbox it because, as I say, never used it before, no idea what's in the kit. So here goes. So I can see some instructions, some other packets in there, probably got the yeast and finings, etc. And there are some toasted oak granular chips, which will add flavour, and also some more oak chips, which will add flavour as well. And also we've got the red grape juice. So let's get on with making the wine. Before we get onto the equipment...
No, you weren't smiling then, you were just angry when you...
Before we get onto the equipment, as we're starting a new wine, it's competition time. If you'd like a chance to win 3 bottles of this wine when it's ready, please subscribe if you haven't already and leave a comment below, starting with "Let's make red." When it's ready, we'll select a winner at random from the comments below. Good luck! Now let me talk you through the equipment. This is what you'll need for the entire process. We won't be using it all today. You will need 2 fermentation buckets with lids and airlock. You'll need, obviously, the steriliser. All the equipment must be sterilised before you use it, as well as obviously giving your hands a good wash. You'll need a large spoon, thermometer, hydrometer, sample tube, siphon, and obviously at the end you're going to need 30 empty wine bottles. So let's make red. From the kit, all I'm going to be using at this stage is the bentonite, the toasted oak granular, the oak chips and the yeast. So what we'll need to get started is 8 cups of warm tap water, which is obviously going to help dissolve the bentonite in it. So I shall pour that in. Sprinkle in the bentonite. And don't worry if it doesn't all dissolve, but it does take a few minutes to give it a good stir in. So as you can see, it's a bit clay-like. I know the first time I used this, I was like, oh my God, you know, why won't it dissolve? So don't worry if it happens to you. This is what it's like. So okay, so I've been stirring for a while. I've mixed it in as best I can. There are still some lumps, but I'm not going to worry about it because I've used it before and it does actually all turn out fine in the end. So, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the grape juice. So with this kit, the wine actually comes in a bag, which is a bit of a faff. And in the early days, I really struggled to get this yellow cap off. So what I found is you will need somebody to help you. But if you take the bag and put it over the bucket and then snip the corner off, the grape juice comes out quite easily that way. So that's the way that I've found to do it. So as you can see, we emptied the grape juice into the fermentation bucket. We did rinse it out so to get rid of any residual grape juice. And then we've topped it up to 23 litres using a combination of hot and cold water to make sure that the temperature was between 20 and 25 degrees for the yeast. So took the temperature, it was 23 degrees. If it's too hot or too cold, the yeast won't activate and then we don't get any alcohol. So that's why it's important to check the temperature. Now before we add the yeast, we've actually got to add 2 extra packets. So we're adding the toasted oak granular. And we're adding the oak chips. And then we need to give those a really good stir in. It's going to be a nice wine, this. So I'm stirring it in and yeah, quite literally, both of those packets are wood, oak wood. So some of it's obviously already sunk to the bottom, but there's a few bits floating on the top, but I think I've given it a good enough stir in. So now, it's my favourite part, we have to check the specific gravity. So this is the hydrometer. Obviously, I think I've said before, it's got numbers on, but the blue section says start wine. So I'm going to drop it in, and if it bobs in the blue section, then that's the right specific gravity. So here goes. It's right at the bottom of the blue section. Now I'm just going to sprinkle on the yeast. I don't actually have to stir this one in, it just sits on the top. So I can sprinkle it as evenly as I can across the top. Okay, and then I'm going to pop the lid on. The airlock has been filled as well. So this will now sit on the heat pad, which is down below, for the next 14 days. That's obviously as a minimum. When we see this starting to bubble, then we'll know that the yeast is activated. But you know, it might still be bubbling in 15, 16 days. So I would usually wait until that's not bubbling for a couple of days until I go to the next process. So that's going to sit on the heat pad, and we'll come back and show you when the fermentation process is finished. As you might have heard, there's been an airlock bubbling away while I've been doing this video. It's the elderflower wine that I started in the last video, and I just wanted to give you a bit of an update. It's still fermenting. I've stirred it every day so far, and now I'm going to leave it for a few more days. It smells amazing. So that's the elderflower wine. We'll come back to you when we're at the next stage of the process with that. We'll keep you updated on this Vine Company Shiraz. We've also got the Muntons Connoisseur Pilsner that's almost ready to try, so we'll share a taste test video with you for that. Don't forget to leave a comment below, starting with Let's Make Red, to be in with a chance of winning 3 bottles of this Shiraz when it's ready. And if you've enjoyed today's video, please like, share and subscribe. See you on the next video. Cheers. Why do I do that with my hand?
I don't know.